My name is Daniel. This story didn't happen to me, but to a senior co-worker I trusted, someone who had been selling cars longer than anyone else at our dealership. This happened back in 2001. He was a veteran salesman, one of those people who knew every model, every customer type, every trick in the industry. Back then, he often went out alone, visiting industrial areas and rural zones to hand out flyers and introduce himself. One afternoon, while walking near a construction site, a man stopped him. The man looked rough, work clothes, mud on his boots, not homeless, but clearly someone who worked with his hands. He asked casually if Daniel sold cars. When Daniel said yes, the man smiled and said he was thinking of buying a 1-ton truck. He asked about prices. At first, Daniel was cautious. People often asked questions with no intention of buying. But when he asked what the man did for a living, the man answered simply, "I farm." That changed everything. Farmers, especially ones who lived deep in the mountains, often had cash, a lot of it. Daniel gave him his business card. A few days later, the man called. He said he would come to the dealership early the next morning. The man arrived before opening time. They talked briefly, no haggling, no financing questions. He said he would pay in cash. Then he placed several thick bundles of money on the table. It was all there. Every bill counted, perfectly accurate. Daniel was stunned, but the man made an unusual request. He didn't want the truck registered yet. No license plates, no paperwork finalized. He explains that his old truck might break down any day, especially with winter coming. He wanted to use the new one immediately and register it later in the spring. It made sense. Strange, but logical. He even paid extra for delivery and gas money, telling Daniel to bring the truck directly to his home. He drew a handwritten map. "No phone," he said. "I live deep in the mountains. Just follow this." When the truck was ready, Daniel arranged transport. At the last accessible point, the delivery driver stopped. From there, Daniel had to drive alone. Snow had started falling. The mountain road was narrow, winding, and slippery. Eventually, the truck couldn't go any farther. Daniel parked and continued on foot. The snow grew heavier. The forest was silent. After nearly 20 minutes of walking, he smelled something strange. Smoke. Firewood. He followed it and found a small, isolated house. Old, poorly built, almost hidden by trees. The man welcomed him warmly. Inside, there was no electricity, only firelight. The room was warm, almost comforting. They ate together, drank tea, talked. The man insisted Daniel stay the night. "It's dangerous to go back now," he said. Daniel agreed. Later, the man brought out alcohol, homemade liquor, different kinds. One bottle was dark red. "This one," the man said, smiling, "is very special." The taste was awful, metallic, bitter. Daniel felt uneasy, but said nothing. The next morning, snow was piled up to his thighs. The man told him it was impossible to leave yet. They spent the day together. That afternoon, the man slaughtered a goat behind the house. Daniel couldn't watch, but when he looked back, he saw something disturbing. The man's face. He wasn't just killing the animal. He was enjoying it. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. Something felt wrong, deeply wrong. Sometime after midnight, he heard footsteps outside, crunching snow. The door creaked open. Daniel pretended to be asleep. The man entered the room. In his hands were the same tools he used to slaughter the goat. He walked closer, closer. Daniel waited until the last possible second, then exploded into motion. He screamed. He kicked. He ran. They fought briefly in the snow. Daniel slipped, but managed to break free. He ran blindly downhill, fell, got up, ran again. He reached the truck. Instead of driving away, he blocked the road, shut off the engine, grabbed the keys, and ran again. Later, from a distance, he saw headlights. The man was chasing him in another truck. Daniel kept running. Eventually, he reached a house. He banged on the door, collapsed. The police came. They searched the mountain the next morning. The house was abandoned. Inside, they found stolen items, multiple identities, human remains, and the truth about the alcohol. The red liquor wasn't medicine. It was made from human tongues. Years later, Daniel recognized the man's identity again. Not in person, on a police bulletin. Different name, different face, same eyes. That was when Daniel realized something terrifying. Some people don't live in the mountains to escape society. They hide there because they can't live among people anymore.